This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
It does happen tonight. RVA chiming in says, good morning. Can you see rookie guard Kinley? I think his name is starting. Heard good stuff on him. Kinley's got a lot of talent. I don't know yet. I got to see more. It's, we're into the second day. They're going to experiment with all kinds of guys because they don't know these guys yet. So I would imagine that Solomon Kinley is going to be, tried at tackle, going to be tried at guard. Hunt, same thing. He's going to be tried at multiple positions, just like Dieter is being tried at multiple positions. This is what they do. They experiment. They move guys around until I start seeing, believe it or not, until I start seeing the games, none of us are really going to know what the hell is going on. There are no even preseason games going on. It's crazy. I don't know if they're going to allow the media into any kind of scrimmage because I don't know if they've talked about this yet, but I would imagine that they're going to eliminate the media from practice very soon because pretty soon the practices start that you're preparing for the Patriots. This is what, maybe 2 weeks they'll give them of access, and then the next 2 weeks after that, they may shut it down. And that's when you may find out more about who's the line going to be. That kind of stuff. So I'm telling you, right now, we can't look into any of this. Okay? Michael Dieter, who screwed up 2 snaps, may end up becoming your starting guard. I don't know. I don't know yet. I have no idea. Solomon Kinley may have a rookie deal like everybody else that, he's kind of lost his rookie year. And then maybe he's a freak. Maybe he adjusts quickly. I don't know. I'd love to tell you guys that, the line situation that, Julian Davenport's really challenging Austin Jackson. I don't know. None of us are really going to know until they actually take the field. And then they're playing against real competition. Again, got to give this some time. I get it. We all want answers right away. Just don't expect them. It's just not going to happen. All right? 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the program. That's 786-322-1105. Vince Beagle was carted off the field. Yes, Jose, we know. We talked a little bit about it. Thank you, sir. Big O, is the NFL going to allow bigger rosters? Well, they already have. So they've already enlarged the rosters. Now, they're not going to enlarge too much because, remember, they've got to pay salaries and insurance and all that other stuff. So, yeah, they've already enlarged the rosters and they've enlarged the practice squads. So they will have more people, to fill in spots. And those people don't need to clear COVID because, obviously, if you're on the practice squad, you're practicing with the team and you're cleared and you're tested and all that. So that will be your first level of resource. Then the next one will be the street. But again, like I told you, there's going to be a quarantine period, right? Because that's the thing for everybody is quarantine. Let's see. What else do we have here? Sharif says, here home in Bahamas, this is crazy. Right after Bill Gates leaves, spike cases and celebs getting it. A dolphin. Okay, well, Sharif, you just repeated what you sent earlier. Are you saying that Bill Gates spread COVID there? Is that what you're saying? Our government has implemented a 7-day lockdown. Okay. Problem is, I don't know if 7 days is enough to lock anything down in today's world. You might have to wait a little longer than 7 days. Hey, listen. I'm not running the team, so I'm not gonna get involved in all of this. It may be mid-season before we know what kind of team we have. You're right. You are so right, because the beginning of the year is going to be a lot like a preseason. You know what I mean? That's what's going to happen.
We didn't know what we had until week 7 or 8 when we started,
right?
And it flipped, and we
Right.
went 5-4.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, the first 2 weeks were a no-show.
Right.
We should have stayed on the bus.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yep. So far, let's get into a couple things. On the Dolphins side. On the quarterbacks, let's talk first about quarterbacks. And I get it, we need instant gratification and people want to find out more. And, Tua did a lot of handing off yesterday. Today he did a little passing. But still, it's going to be a slow process here. They're not going to rush any of this. And what you can't do, okay, is you cannot go out there and go off of a day of practice like it's a bad day or it is the answer to everything that we've been looking for. It's neither one of those. It's just another day of practice, and you don't know what they're trying at that moment. They could be experimenting. Player could be off that day. Player could be on that day and could be playing really well. And they could be just trying you at one position, trying one type of play. There's so much experimenting going on in training camp that it's really hard to get a feel, because maybe the quarterback has a bad day because he didn't play with the better part of the lines today. He played with a part of the second and third teams or something. Didn't play with the upper level receivers. So like yesterday, they dropped a couple of passes for Tua. Not that they were big time downfield passes, but still they dropped a couple of short passes. And so there's a lot to have to analyze, to figure out, to decipher in order to figure out who's playing well and who's not. But you're not going to figure out who's playing well and who's not in the first couple of days or the first week of training camp. You're just not. Quarterbacks are trying to figure out the playbook. They're trying to figure out the timing of everybody. They're trying to, do the handoff as clean as possible, because the way Howard likes it and Breida are two different running backs. And you've got to make sure you know exactly how to do it with each guy so it's a seamless transition. So yesterday when people are saying, well, yesterday Tua, they ran a lot with him yesterday. Well, okay, I get it. You want to see him pass the ball. But it wasn't a bad thing for him to work on the running game and the handoffs to make sure that they're clean. I think it's really important that he does that. But we're not going to find out about Tua in day one or day two. We may not find out about Tua till sometime during the regular season. Once the kid has an offensive line that's settled down, once he has the timing down and comfortable with the offense and comfortable with the defenses that he's going to see week to week, because I guarantee you the QB coach and Fitz are going to sit there and they're going to grill the kid. Him and Josh Rosen. What do you see? What are you supposed to do here? Where am I supposed to throw the ball to? All of these questions are going to be answered every single day, every single week of all these two young guys. But you're not going to find out anything about quarterbacks right now. So don't get depressed about Tua running the ball a lot yesterday, and not him physically running. I mean, handing off the ball a lot yesterday, and him passing a little bit more today. Don't look into it. And it's great that Rosen hit somebody 75 yards downfield. That's fantastic. But it doesn't mean that Josh Rosen has arrived either. You know what I'm saying? So be patient. enjoy the ride, let the guys develop, and I think the coach proved to you last year what the agenda is. He's trying to win. So if Fitz gives him the best chance to win, that's who he's going to play. The moment it's Rosen or Tua, they will get that opportunity also. But don't look into quarterbacks, because I've seen people either write about it, talk about it, and overreact on it. And right now, there's no reason to overreact on anything going on with anybody. The only thing that I will react on is Tua playing and running around, and that means he's healthy. Okay? He can throw the ball downfield. He can move around. He looks good. He looks comfortable. That part I can look into. And the fact that he lined up again today, and if he lines up again tomorrow, and so on and so forth, that's another thing that you're finding out. Okay, the body's holding up. Soreness isn't an issue. No setbacks. None of that kind of stuff. You want to look into something? That's something you can look into. But when it comes to playing the game right now, the Tua Rosen thing is not something that you worry about at this point in time. Way too early. Okay? Flores already proven. He's not going to rush this thing. And I'm glad, because we've seen in the past others try to rush this kind of a situation, and they set themselves up for failure. It's nice to know Flores has the comfort zone of actually being able to develop a team. And think about it. He fast-forwarded it a little bit last year, because for them to win 5 games was pretty impressive with that team. Okay?
It's 5 more than you expected.
Damn right. 5 more than I expected. I thought they would win 0 last year. So this is a guy that's going to stay the course, going to try to win games with young people. It's not tanking. It's winning with youth. Kept trying to explain that to people last year. Some didn't want to listen.